I loved and hated. I won and lost. I laughed and cried. I lived. I died. Now I'm back, baby, with no regrets.
I'm you, and this is my story.
What do you regret? Mistakes, failures, wrongdoing, wrong choices, decisions, actions. Things you could have done right from the first time. Things you didn't have or missed out on. Things you're not proud of. It was not the outcome you desired. It was against your beliefs and principles. Why you? Why did this have to happen like this to you? A truth, lesson, or realization that came too late. The brain-consuming should've, could've, would've. They make us feel bad about ourselves, feel regretful. I failed because I wasn't ready. I've done what I could with what I knew, with the knowledge, resources, and power I had at the time. Trial and error, that's how the mouse eventually gets to the cheese at the end of the labyrinth. Try and fail. To aim and miss. That's part of the training to become skillful. The fool is the precursor to the savior, as Jung says. You have to be willing to be a fool. To become a master, you have to be willing to be a fool first. My failure made me get ready. It takes courage to enter an unknown domain and take action on an unknowable outcome. In any situation, whatever can happen, will happen. It was all leading to this action. Nothing is going to stop it. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. In your situation, what happened? How did it happen? How did you handle it? What was the damage? How did you recover? It happened because that's just who you are. Or because of flaws in you that needed to be fixed. Naivety, anger, jealousy, envy, desperation, neediness, insecurity, impulsiveness, etc. Issues you need to work on, deal with, and heal from. You let your emotions take over and control you, making irrational decisions. You acted before thinking, made a mistake that was used against you. You were fooled. It was so obvious, you could have known. You didn't know when to stop or quit. Repeating the same mistakes, benefiting your foes, harming yourself. Giving up your power so they would use it back against you. Destroying what you built. Losing your freedom. Losing your most valued people. This also goes both ways. What they've done to you and what you've done to them. They've done you wrong or you've done them wrong. Good or bad, your fault or theirs. What happened, happened. Nothing is gonna change it. Can't be turned back. Time won't go backwards. This had to happen sooner or later. It was just a matter of time. Accept it. Focus on the lesson in the future. Try your best it doesn't happen again. At least mitigate the regrets. For the future, it's still within reach, but the past is gone, never to return. Cry about it or do something about it. These are your two options. Either give up, crawl and hide, play the victim, or work hard, train, get your fight back. As long as you're trying your best, before it's too late for more regrets to come. No one is perfect or impeccable above making mistakes. It's part of being human in the human experience. Reliving the disturbing memories of what they said and what they did and what you said and done. The dire toll of the wrong decisions made and the wrong person or people chosen. The devastation they wreaked along with its ripple effect in your life. They could leave you bloodied, beaten, cold, and lonely. It takes years to recover. Many never do. Mistakes that your enemies used up to their utmost satisfaction, that gave them the power to beat you with it to destruction, to inflict the most pain and damage. Even if you had it coming, the punishment far exceeded the crime. They won if you gave them the reaction they sought. They won if your heart died and your spirit gave up. You can reach a point where you feel like your whole life is nothing but regrets, self-blame for things partially or completely out of your control, knowledge that came too late. I didn't know. Regret. How would have you known? However it ended, good or bad, we can't let our hurts distort our memories, because how bad could it be? There are still good memories, which could also be hurtful to remember sometimes. But these memories are natural. They serve a purpose. To learn the most from our mistakes in the first part of life, to apply the knowledge and contemplate on a life well lived, and the rest. Whatever the loss was, people, resources, time, money, effort, love, life, throughout the ages, people survived the unspeakable and proved their adaptability to recover, and lived through it all and still stood tall. Easily said than done, I know. And then the negative thoughts of regret keep coming back. That's why we need to learn how to handle these thoughts, starting from stimulus to thought to emotion. We need to catch them early, recognize, deal with, and neutralize. Bad thoughts build up negativity. Open up, speak, empty your heavy load to release that negativity. Full recovery is hard, and all shall come to pass, but it takes time. Write it down in detail. Speak about it with someone. Repeat affirmations or phrases that can ease your suffering. Go towards it. Go through it till you get bored of it. Juice it for every tiny lesson. Read books and articles, watch videos about the feelings you're experiencing and people with similar experiences who's been through worse, survived and recovered. If you dwell on the hate, you will never understand to forgive or be free to learn. Let it go. Karma is real. What goes around, divine retribution. And may we all be forgiven. And what's harder than forgiving them is forgiving yourself. Everyone gets what's coming to them in the end, including yourself. Vengeance is justice if done and thought correctly. The best revenge is your peace and joy now, ignoring these people, what they keep from you and you can't get, and a great success later. Never give them the satisfaction of your reaction. Following the old saying, if you're out for vengeance, dig 2 graves. Living your life and them being themselves is their punishment. They always end up destroying themselves by themselves. In the end, everyone lives their full life with everything meant for them, whether they're the offender or the victim, whether we like it or not. Even if we don't get to see it, and that's what kills the most, is that we want to see it live. Nothing just happens. Everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as a good or bad thing with anything. There are good things about it, and there are bad things about it. There's no one right way to do anything. There are at least 100 ways to do anything. If you're with the wrong person or in the wrong place, nothing you say or do is right. If you're with the right person or in the right place, nothing you say or do is wrong. Accept the harsh reality and unfairness of life. Who lied and told you that life is fair? However, within that unfairness, there is fairness. If there was no purpose for it, life wouldn't have allowed it. We need the lessons of every battle, every part of life for the next. We cannot handle the next without enduring and learning from the previous. If we fail in learning and applying the knowledge, we'll keep repeating the same mistake cycle over and over. It often takes at least 2 mistakes of a similar kind to learn properly. And what's more important than learning is applying what we learned. Knowledge without application is useless. Why you couldn't learn this earlier? Because even lessons have to be learned and applied at a certain time, or else it will mess with the meant course or progress of your life. It happened the way it should have happened, until you reach the realization, if this didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened, and if that didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. You need to make some mistakes in life to find and fix your inherent flaws, gain wisdom and strength. Perfected, tempered, hardened, and molded by our mistakes. Life is about the journey, not just the destination. Life is meaningless without the ups and downs, gain and loss, happiness and sorrow. We need the good and bad, friends and enemies, loyalty, even betrayals. We hate it. We want life to go smooth sailing, sunshine and rainbows. Meanwhile, people who went through real hardships and injustices would laugh at most of us over our puny regrets of what he said and she said. People who lost a body part or function, literally lost everything, whose child died, couldn't save someone, kidnapped, raped, falsely accused innocent in prison, murdered or contributed to the death of someone, survived a real war battlefield or disaster. Against it all, they stood up, dusted themselves, and kept going. That's life. Everything is moving, nothing stays the same forever. Change always comes, even if not at the speed that we want. The best is yet to come. Block out the noise, and it's all just noise, to listen to your heart. There is redemption, as long as hope is still alive. No regrets. And yet, every regret.